completely forgot everything that goes into making a video for social media and YouTube. Man, there's a lot that goes into it, but I'm ready to get back to my video blogging. I've been absent from certain social media sites like YouTube, and I've been absent from Facebook, and there's a reason for it. I've chosen smaller sites, as far as social media, to talk about and show and display pictures of what I'm going through, because it has been the biggest pill to swallow, like the hardest situation I've ever been faced with in my entire life. It was a game changer completely, and man, has this been a crazy ride. Now you're probably wondering what I'm talking about. What have I been going through? 2018, this year, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Yes, the C word. The word you're not supposed to get, because everybody gets so scared of it. You're like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? But yes, I was diagnosed with breast cancer this year, and it has been a crazy ride. The day that it happened, I was in the middle of doing my radio show, my regular morning show, and I'm looking, and I knew my doctor wasn't working that day, and I looked down, and I'm like, why is she calling me on her day off? So I answered the phone in the middle of doing my show. I think I had like an hour and a half left of doing my show. This day is such a blur, and I mean that completely and genuinely. But, she calls me and informed me. She was just like, I'm sorry, Gina, but you have breast cancer. And I was like, okay, so what? Like, it didn't register. I didn't know how to take it. I remember being in complete shock. I remember freaking out on the phone and crying and saying, you've got to be kidding me. This is not, what? Like, literally the phone call was just shattering when you have something like that come at you full force, needless to say. And I broke down. I'm not going to lie. I finished my show, but I was a mess. Now, telling my family, I feel, has been the hardest thing, and I think it's hard on them. You're never ready for news like that. That news comes at you, takes you, and just destroys so many things about you. You hear all the downside that, cancer is, and how much of a beast it is, and what it can do. And, I saw my dad die of cancer, and I saw what it did to him. So being told I have breast cancer, I was like, okay, get this out of me. That was like the first thing. I'm like, just, what do I need to do to get this out of me? And it was genuine. All of a sudden you go from, how you called the doctor to make appointments, you go from no longer making appointments to the doctor's the one who does everything for you. Their office does everything. All of a sudden you have all these appointments that you never made that are made for you. I had 2 breast surgeries to remove the cancer from my breast. The 3rd surgery was removing all of my lower right molars because it had infection, and that infection can travel to your breast. And I already had 2 breast surgeries. Like, I ended up getting tremendously sick. I ended up having 4 infections going on. I had an upper respiratory infection. I had my asthma that kicked in. I ended up having a breast infection, and I had a tooth infection. That tooth infection made me lose my molars on the right side. It was like when you start seeing your body, like, kind of giving up. You're like, no! I had endured all of these surgeries, and I'm still standing, and I'm still going to work because I refuse to let cancer win. That's the bottom line to everything. I still remain doing what I love. If I'm not doing what I love, I know it would make me sad. And I still work. Even though all of this is going on, I still work. And I do that by choice whenever I work, because it's what I love. I love being on the radio, and I love having my listeners to talk to. Now, when I said that I chose 2 smaller platforms to talk about everything and show pictures, that was Instagram and Snapchat, like I told you. But I stayed away from Facebook and YouTube because I felt like you have to be ready when you have a video that you're going to do like this, And I am now going through radiation. I've been told, you're going to change, your skin is going to change, your breast is going to look different. Boy, were they right on that. Now, I do manage to hide the burns. This is a block, okay? So the burns are from here, and they go all the way down to my left breast, where the cancer is. And Yes, it is as painful as it looks before you're like, oh my gosh. Yes, it hurts. I don't sleep very much with these kinds of burns on me. I moisturize as much as I can, but the redness and the darkness that you see here, it goes all the way. You can see that my skin is peeling right in through here, but it goes all the way around. Like I said, it's the whole block of an area that they treat, and I'm doing radiation for 6 weeks, 6.5 weeks, going in 7 weeks. I am on my 6th week as we speak, as I'm making this video. I think one of the biggest things that I didn't understand is, like, when you go into remission, or if you have cancer, I thought remission meant cancer is gone forever. No, that's not what it means. It means that it's laying dormant in the system, like you're cancer free, you know, and then you live a healthier lifestyle to make it stay at bay. I've had a lot of people ask me, how did I find out that I had breast cancer? What was, you know, some of the signs that I had? I was really tired, overly tired. I was to the point to where when I would get home by like 6:30, I was already ready for bed. And I work out, you know, so much. I go to the gym 5 days a week, and I didn't like how I was feeling because I wasn't feeling like myself. I was so tired. And then my right breast started hurting for like a month straight. It had to have been sympathy pains because it was my left breast that had the breast cancer. I am not upset with where I am in my life that I have this. I've had so many people say, oh my gosh, are you upset? Are you, I feel so sorry for you kind of situation. And I'm not upset that I have this because I see this as an opportunity to help other women who are just now getting diagnosed. You're going to be fine. You are absolutely going to be fine. You're going to have a team of doctors that are going to fight to do everything to save you, and they will. You know, this is a good time in science, and especially all the medications that are out there and all the discoveries when it comes to it. I just want you to know that if you're at the beginning of getting diagnosed or you're at the beginning of finding out, you're totally going to be fine. And it will feel like you're not, because I know that's how it felt for me. It felt like I wasn't going to be okay. And I remember when I shared this on the radio, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I did exactly what I'm doing now. I started crying uncontrollably, and then I had to get it together, but I got through it. I get so emotional when I talk about this because this is my life. You know, it's cancer. You know, it's breast cancer. You know, you never expect that you're going to get it. To me, it's just another word. You write it down and you get rid of it. You trash it. You throw it away. You burn it. You do whatever you need to move on, because that's key to all this, and staying positive is key to all this. I really hope that this video can help somebody out, especially if you need it, if you're just getting diagnosed with cancer, if you're just facing it. You know, you're going to have so many ups and downs. You're going to feel embarrassed. I don't know why I felt so embarrassed, but I was so embarrassed for some reason. I was like, I don't want anybody to know. This was such a personal video to share. I was like, I need to finally, you know, talk about this, especially if it can help you. You know, you're going to be fine. And I will keep you up to date on everything that I'm going through. I'm like, I have this tear that was hanging out right here for the longest time. I was like, that's water. That's a crystal. And that's totally a different video, but it'll be a cool video. I promise you that. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless. Thanks for watching my video.